Wendy at Scrapbook Graphics. Welcome. Today we're going to look at how to use the frame blender actions to create a blended frame out of bounds type of effect. You want to have your layout open with the background paper already in place, and we're going to start with the frame blender action. There are two versions of the frame blender, the shadowed and the non-shadowed. The difference is just one little step. It applies a shadow to the frame itself. If you have a frame that is already shadowed or you're using a frame cluster, then you want to use the no shadow version. So I'll go ahead and use the shadow version, and I'm going to press play. I get a little message that pops up that explains that this is the shadowed version. The action will create a frame cluster by leading you through placing a mask, a photo, a frame, and then another mask. And when the action pauses, we will be prompted to resize and press enter. So go ahead and press continue, and the first thing we're going to get is our first mask. So I'm going to choose a mask and press place. Hopefully that will come onto the screen where you can reach the handles. If not, you can press Command Option minus, or that would be Control Alt minus on a PC. And that will extend the screen out so that you can grab those handles. So you want to resize this to the approximate size that you want for your photo. You can drag it around and rotate it if you want, and you can edit all this later. This is just your starting point. So if you know you have a photo that you want an out of bounds to be down here, you might want to place it over here a little bit more. So just go ahead and position that where you want it and press enter. Next, we're prompted for our photo. So press continue. Here's my photo, and again, I need to resize this up so that it covers the mask completely. In addition, if you plan to have an out of bounds mask that is in a certain area, you may need to position and resize your image up a little bit larger and in the direction that you want that to be. So let's just kind of position this here for now, and again, we can adjust the placement later. Press enter, and then we're prompted to choose a frame. I'm going to grab my frame here, and I'm going to go ahead and position that here. Now I'm going to be asked for my second mask, and then this one we're going to place over in this area, and then you'll see that my photo has been duplicated to come on top of this frame. Now in this case, my photo is not completely covering the upper mask. So what I can do is grab both of these photo layers. So I Command clicked to get the second one selected on the layers panel and press Command T. And then I can resize that to make sure that it's covering both masks entirely. Another thing I can do is adjust the mask a little bit by erasing parts of it if I needed to. So I can grab my eraser tool, that is E on the keyboard, and I want to set that eraser tool to be a soft brush. So I'll grab a soft brush, and then I'm using the bracket key to enlarge it. Now this mask came in as a smart object. So in order to erase it, I would actually need to rasterize it at this point. To do that, I right-click on the layer and choose Rasterize Layer. In Photoshop Elements, that would be Simplify Layer. And now I can increase my brush size here, and I can soften that up if I want to erase parts of that mask there. So that is an option there. In addition to this frame blender action, there is an add cluster action. And if you want to run that one, I suggest selecting the top layer in your layers panel here before running it, and then press play. And we're just prompted to select our cluster, and then we can position that wherever we want it to be. Okay, so there's my cluster. If I grab my Move tool, that's V on the keyboard, I can reposition that if I want. And then if I want to resize this entire thing, all I have to do is select all of my layers. Let's unselect the background paper, press Command T. I can reposition and resize this wherever I want it. Press enter. So that's how this action set works. It's a simple little tool with a really fun effect, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Learn It.